recently I've been doing some wars, doing some testing some things out. And what I've found, which you can even see for this team that I just used for a different sort of video, I've actually not been using Rook that much. I've actually took Rook out of my war team completely. And there's good reason for that. Is that what I've generally done? I've generally been running, if I need to run two tanks, I've been running Pipes and Slug. And there's a few reasons for this. Is one, you've got the acid from Pipes, and you've got the fire from Slug, which when you combine the two, does crazy amount of damage in the area. And especially if you're trying to run Megatronus on Slug as well. It just adds so much fire to that area. Now, yes, listen, I could easily run Pipe, Slug, and Rook. But what I find that Rook dies very quickly. And I know that most people will say that they need an outpost popper. But what I'm finding is that I think the key to most top level wars right now is taking the billbots out before you even start the attack. And once you've took them out, then you kind of start the attack in a way. Now, what you'll find is on most bases, you'll find that you've got two FFDs halfway up the base, and then right at the back, you've got anti-fire cores, anti-water cores, anti-acid cores, cores like that around the shield gen, trying to stop you from killing the shield gen. And so what happens is the FFDs are actually quite easy to take out. And we've talked about Leo Prime being the most overpowered bot in the game. And so, because everyone is scared to death of Leo Prime, we're finding that FFDs are becoming less and less prevalent in base design. Where normally, I remember a time where I ran 5 FFD cores. I remember someone messaged me going like, oh my god, that was so overkill, but such a bit of a nightmare. I had to use so many points to take them all out. It was surprising. And yes, it does leave you open to something else. But FFDs are not like the go-to core that they used to be. And because of that, the likes of Pipes and the likes of Slug are becoming easier to use and better at protecting your team. Now, when we compare the 3 bots, you've got Pipes for 3 ability points plus 1. You've got Slug for 3 ability points plus 2. And then you've got Rook at 5 plus 3. So, where you might be able to use Rook to pop a couple of outposts from range for 5 ability points, you can actually use Pipes twice and it'd be cheaper. 3 plus 1 means it costs 3 plus 4, that's 7 ability points for 2 rushes. Whereas Rook is 5 plus 3, 5 plus 8 is 13 ability points. That's a lot of ability points. Now, again, you could say, oh, but you can pop from range with Rook. But if you can take out them FFDs before you really start the attack, you're kind of free to zip Slug and Pipes around, popping outposts whenever you want to. There's been a few times where I've used Rook to pop an outpost and it hasn't quite reached, or it's walked the wrong way, or I've only popped 2 outposts and I could have popped the other one. There's also times where I've not wanted to pop an outpost and it kind of has for some reason or another. I'm going away from hollows, if I'm honest with you, and trying to keep my team all together. And then what I tend to do is, because you tend to find that you've got 2 outposts set at the bottom, you've got a combiner somewhere in the middle, and you've got 2 outposts higher up. I'm finding what I try and do is pop the 2 outposts that are lower and the combiner, battle them, just them 3 first, and then once that attack is over and my combiner's died and I've sort of battled them, then I can pop the other 2 however I please. And whether that is a twin twist, it doesn't matter because I've got Pipes' shield. Whether it's Beachcomber, it doesn't matter because Pipes is quite high HP, low DPS, so he won't die very quickly. And so Pipes and Slug give you that bit more freedom, that they can be used to pop outposts, that they can be used to distract defences. And listen, this is nothing new. I'm not telling anyone here that Pipes and Slug are better Rook, and I don't think anyone's realised that Rook is not better than those. I don't think anyone was sat there thinking Rook is better than Pipes and Slug. But the point I'm making is that people used Rook because of FFDs. Because it wasn't negated by FFDs, wasn't negated by anything. There was no counter for him. But as the counters for Pipes and Slug become less of a meta, they become even more meta bots than what they used to be. So I could see Rook actually falling away a bit from the meta. More and more. Listen, we might see some new outpost spots come out, some good endurance spots that are going in outposts that might look at Rook and might then think, you know, I'm gonna replace Pipes and Slug because it removes shields. Maybe. And that might bring Rook back into the meta again. Listen, we might see more FFDs come back. But while we've got Leo Prime doing the damage he does, while we've got God Neptune and Ruination doing the damage that they do, while we've got the Titan with the acid in an area to take out the shield gen, while you've got all these overpowered things in the game to take out that cluster, to take out huge areas, and people are scared to death of those, it just leaves Pipes and Slug that bit better. So, before you go and look at Rook, before you go and pull Rook, consider going for Pipes or Slug instead.